Sway in the morning, Shade 45.
Yeah, I'm young and made, but she call me Poppy.
She'll be on broadcasting with us Friday from YouTube Studios. Young and Made's coming through.
Year-end wrap-up show, Sway. We got a special start time Friday.
9 a.m. to 1 p.m. OG Nye Lee's coming through as well. Uncle Murder's coming by as well.
Whoa.
You know, we're going to have our ciphers as well. When you think of ciphers and you think of MCs, but also when you think of activists and you think of philosophers, but also when you think of just all around great guys, man, if you having a conversation about any artist that you met through hip hop, you got to mention his name. This dude is so solid. Nothing about him. He's never compromised his integrity as long as I known him, at least. His music has always remained progressive-minded. He's always been conscious. He's always been toes on the ground. And it endlessly impresses us with lyrics. His latest release, Black Savage, which we world premiere right here on Shade 45, featuring Sci-Hi the Prince, Irie the Kid, T.I., and White Gold is out right now. He came to say what's up to us. You know, we haven't seen him in a while. Look like he's about 10 pounds slimmer. The one and only Royce the 5'9".
Hey. Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Yo, you want to talk to Royce? 888-742-3345. How you been, Royce?
I'm good. How you doing, brother?
It's good to see you, man.
It's always good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Always good to see you. Always good to see you.
I want to talk about this new song, Black Savage, and how it's a part of the NFL's Inspired Change Songs of the Season series, which was something that was an initiative created as a result of the Jay-Z deal signing on with the NFL, correct?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. How was it presented to you? Did you just submit a song, or did they ask you for a song, or how did it work?
It's one of those things that just kind of happened. Keno was talking to Jason from Tidal. They were just having a conversation, and they were talking about it, and he was just telling them about it. He was like, you know what? I may have a song for you. I'm going to send you something. I want you to listen to it. And he sent it to him, and they listened to it in a meeting. Yeah. And they were like, this is it.
So Jay heard it too?
I hope so.
You hope Jay? Everybody want to hold that. Right. Of course he did. What do you think about this initiative that he's doing?
I think it's great as far as what I know about it. I guess I'm doing the opposite of what a lot of negative people are doing. I don't have a lot of information, so I'm assuming that it's great.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, they don't have a lot of the information, so they're just assuming the worst. I'm just assuming that everything is.
Are you talking in reaction to him even doing the deal with the NFL and how it was with the backlash because Colin Kaepernick wasn't involved and that sort of thing?
Yeah, and, you know, people don't know exactly what he's doing. Like, I don't know exactly what he's doing, like the whole picture. I just know that it's to inspire change. You know, and I know he's doing like events in different cities and stuff like that, but I don't really know the whole thing of what he's doing.
You're just down for the inspiration.
Yeah, I'm down for people taking steps. I'm down for the actionable items, as he says.
Okay, I get that. And this track wasn't initially for this. What was this track for?
It's for the album.
Okay.
It's for the album.
Okay, so it's still gonna be on the album?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir. That's what I recorded it for.
Okay, the title of the album?
The Allegory.
Have you not said this yet or something? You kind of hesitated. Did he just hesitate? Did you miss that? He did.
What's going on, Royce?
Royce, you got some tension right now?
No. I never know what I'm doing sometimes.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, the Allegory.
Keno is like, you know.
When the Allegory coming out? You don't know? You know, but don't want to say.
I know when I wanted to come out.
When do you want to come out?
Me and Keno got to have a conversation because we got a release date, and then we got a Over My Dead Body release date. We got a Over My Dead Body release date, and then we got a Over His Dead Body.
What does that mean? You will not release it on that day, Over My Dead Body?
Nah, I want January, and it may end up getting pushed back to early February. Because we got like a few issues, like sample issues and stuff. Because this is my first time I produced the whole album.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Wow.
Or dangerous.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, damn, man.
That is true.
No, really, like, because you're gonna be critiqued on that aspect. It's like when producers start rapping, they go through hell. That's what Kanye went through.
Bro,
the first few years.
I'm comfortable in that space, man. I really am.
What, going through the hell?
Just to critique.
Oh, critique.
Yep.
You've had your shit.
Shoot me with the bullets.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Huh.
Yeah.
How many people do you ask for their advice, their ears? Like some people only want it to be a few, like 2. Some people want a whole studio of folks to give them input.
Yeah, just a few. And then I try not to take anybody's opinion as law. You know, I try to like understand, like Keno. I run everything by him, but I also talk to him about everything, so I know why he's saying what he's saying. As long as I can understand why they think how they think,
Right.
I can apply that, whether they like it or not. You know, and then Mr. Porter, who's an amazing producer.
Yeah.
I talk to him from a producer standpoint. My man Bink,
Bink, yeah.
Carlos Brody. Like it's a few people, Marshall. It's a few people who I just make sure I get their opinion. And then I kind of know in my heart of hearts what I want to hear. So I'm really just trying to achieve that sound.
Royce the 5'9" is here.
I've never produced a song in my life. I'm wondering, is it sort of like when an actor decides to maybe direct? Do you have to just tap into another part of your creativity, or you want it too much? Because as an artist, I feel like if I go into the studio, make a song, I may come home, listen to it 5 times, sleep on it, wake up the next day, see if my ears are different, hear it different. But when you write it and produce it, what's the process of that?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. It just takes longer. It's a longer process. You got to be a little bit more patient. You got to be a little bit more patient, and then you got to understand that they're the same, but then they're different. Sometimes you can come up with a beat, you love it, but you can't write to it. You know what I mean? It's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just works like that.
Wow.
Porter gave me a tip. He was like, try not to put too much into the beat before you write to the skeletons. Once I start writing to the skeletons, it made it easier for me. I can go back and add things to the beat after it was vocals on it already. As soon as I start hearing words, I leave Logic alone. I leave like the MP and all of that alone, and then I just go straight to Pro Tools and just start knocking it down.
So we just got some insight. Is that how it happens? You hear words?
Oh yeah.
Do you hear sentences, or you just hear words and make sentences around
I
them?
hear words, sentences. I see stuff. I just need to be like alone, and I just start hearing it and seeing it, and I just start putting it in.
Oh, like patchwork, like a quilt.
I string the words together. I keep them on a string.
Damn, you can see them bouncing. No, man, I love this guy, man. I don't think I really, as long as I've known you, really found the proper way to express it the way I want to. You know who's good at that is King Tech. King Tech can see somebody that he's loved for days and just break that shit down to, molecules that you didn't even know. You didn't even realize about yourself, but that's what I love about you. I love that you are emboldened and boisterous and, unapologetic. And I found it really exhilarating when you responded to Kid Rock.
Same.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting because it was short and brief. But Kid Rock, Tracy was telling us this story, and we was like, what the hell? And what did he do?
So initially, he appeared to be intoxicated, and he was making comments about several people, one of those people being Oprah Winfrey. So that got a lot of backlash, of course. And then a couple...
Well, what he said was, fuck Oprah. Is that what?
Yeah.
He said F Oprah Winfrey. And see, that's what I had, like, come on, man. That's a...
His explanation of it is that he said it because he was supposed to be on her show, but then allegedly her people asked him to write reasons why he loved Oprah, and he had a problem with that, so his response was F her. That's what he said. We don't know if that's true or not, if the producers even asked that.
Yeah, I just think it's, Kid Rock's been on the show. That's, I've known the dude for years. We're older now.
Socially unintelligent.
What do you mean by that?
Socially unintelligent. He doesn't realize how incredibly disrespectful to black people that is.
Exactly.
And that's why he got checked.
And that's it. And
that's it.
And then you just said, shut. What did you say?
I just told him to keep his mouth closed, man. And not those words, but I just made sure I had to say something so he knew you're crossing the line. And I feel like in order for behavior like this to stop, people got to start being held accountable.
You got to check
in the moment.
In the moment. Yes. Has he responded to that?
Of course not. It's nothing to respond to. It's no problem. It's no problem. Just stop.
Right.
Stop. You're going too far.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Royce the 5'9" is here. How's Marshall? Is he doing okay? Nick
Marshall is great.
Nick
man.
Cannon been shooting shots at him, man. Is he scared? Is he nervous?
I think he's afraid, man. Nah, I mean, you know,
Get out, Royce.
Yo, man, whatever. Like if they having fun, if it's having fun, they having fun. Like I personally feel like I'm personally mad at Nick Cannon right now because he's distracting my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, focus, Marshall. Focus.
Is he distracted by it?
Nah, I don't think he is. I think it's just, you know, M is just into the lyrics of. He's into anything that is lyricism. He's into it. You know what I mean? Like it's amazing to see him so, like, just focused on his penmanship at this age and at this juncture after accomplishing so much. You know, it says a lot about the man. You know what I mean? That's why I continue to look up to him. You know what I mean? Nick Cannon, I don't really know what his agenda is. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really know him like that.
He's responding to what M said about him in the Fat Joe song on Fat Joe's.
I mean, I know that, but I don't know what his agenda is. You know, I don't know what. I don't know. I haven't talked to him, so I can't say. I just know it just kind of is what it is, I guess.
I think Nick just want to get him a wilding out, man.
That's the invite you put out.
He just want to get him a wilding out, man. Come on, man. Hang out with wilding out. We got callers on the line. I want to pick them up in a moment. Royce the 5'9" is here. Then I want to ask you about another song. You want to talk with him, 888-742-3345. Here it is, the song we've been talking about, Black Savage. Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5, Black Savage. That's our kind of music. Royce the 5'9" is here.
Yeah.
He's here. Got him up early, man. What's your question? 888-742-3345. Let's go to Florida. KJ, what you got?
Hey, KJ.
Hey, what's going on, man? How y'all doing this morning?
KJ, what's up, man?
Hey, the question I got for Royce, man. I've been riding with you since Rock City, man, and I just want to salute you on your sobriety, man. I've been sober 15 years, and I know how hard it is, man. So
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, brother. I salute you, too.
Man, hey, thanks, KJ. How long it's been for you, KJ?
He said
15 years.
15 years?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, man. Thank you, brother, for calling in and recognizing that. We got a guy on the line from Arizona. What's your question, guy?
Hey, guy.
Hey, what's up, Sway team?
What up, family?
Hey, it's an absolute honor to be on the phone with you, Royce. My question to you, I've been like the other caller, I've been rocking with you since Rock City days. Why don't you think, and you're not going to like this question, but I'm going to ask it anyways, why don't you think your name is brought up more when people talk about their top MCs, man? You have been killing the game since day one, lyrically, content, especially since you kind of got off in the substance abuse. I don't think there's anyone who can fuck with you. But anytime I bring your name up, anytime people talk about their top 5, top 10, whatever, why do you think that you get kind of not talked about as much as I feel like you deserve?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. I think maybe if I had to guesstimate, maybe it has something to do with being independent the whole time. Because I think people think that I'm like a major label artist. They think that because I started out on a major label, but I never released. The only albums I released on the major was the Slaughterhouse album and the Bad Meets Evil album. The rest of everything else is all independent. So maybe it's an out of sight, out of mind thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. Or people just feel how they feel, you know.
Yeah,
like
that could be that, but I also think you're in a, like I could mention G-Rap, well, and people will understand why we would mention G-Rap if you had a top 10 list, because some of his, maybe they don't know how to hear him right. You know what I mean? So if they can't hear it right, they can't relate necessarily. But that doesn't mean that what he was spitting wasn't fucking, right, from the Holy Grail. And I think that's what and that's when I think if that's the case, like we talk about Guy, we mentioned Royce, you can't have a conversation without mentioning them. But that's why those lists to me don't have a lot of validity, for those reasons.
Yeah.
Hey, Guy, thanks for your call, man. G is on the line from Virginia. Go ahead, G.
Hey, G.
What's going on, Sway team? What's up, Royce?
What's up, bro?
What's up, G?
All right, man. So this is what I want to say. First off, that Book of Ryan album, life-changing project.
Crazy.
Thank you, man.
But to move on from that, I'm a true Slaughterhouse fan. So what I'm saying is, holla at your boy Marshall, get Joseph together, and give us that last album.
If it was that easy, man. If it was that easy, trust me, it'd be done. It'd be done. Trust me. I think I would say this. I did everything. I think I did everything that I could do.
Yeah.
From where I'm sitting. I think I sleep pretty well at night knowing, I did everything that I could do. I tried really, really hard. Sometimes things just don't work out. You know what I mean? Like it's like that sometimes.
Okay.
And I feel that, man. I feel that.
Okay. You sound sad. You sound sad. Hey, but Royce got a new album coming. Maybe some Slaughterhouse members on the album?
I'm waiting for it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I got to be like the biggest Budden and Royce fans that's, you know what I'm saying, from around my way anyway.
Okay.
Right.
Which members are on the album?
Crooked is on the album.
Crooked, of
Oh,
course.
shout out to Crooked.
Dude, man.
Absolutely.
Crooked, man. That
For
dude is
sure, for
amazing, man. Cousin, what's your question? He's in Indiana.
What up,
Hey,
cousin?
cuz.
What's happening? This cousin Price, how y'all doing?
We doing
Love
good.
my guy.
What's happening with you, bro?
No problem.
Yeah.
Man, I'm chilling, man. Royce, man, that shit hard right there, G. They don't really, motherfuckers don't make music like that no more, man. I'm sitting in the drive in the parking lot just listening, like, man, that shit cold right there. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, my brother.
I was just really listening to that shit, like, motherfuckers don't know nothing about that, what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? It surprised me. You said they got on something about the NFL or something.
Yeah. It's like it's an Inspired Change initiative. So basically, the proceeds to the song is gonna go toward the initiative.
Mm-hmm.
So and they're using it. It's like they're doing a song a month, so they put it in the different spots. You know what I'm saying, like on the NFL games and stuff like that. So it's basically Rock Nation, the NFL, and us all partnering up just to push the song and take the proceeds and put it toward the initiative.
Okay.
Inspire Change.
Hey, man, cousin, thank you, cousin. Let's do some lyrical breakdown real quick. Bong.
I don't get it. What exactly don't you get?
Breaking down the lyrics you may not understand.
What the hell did you just say?
It's the Lyrical Breakdown
I can break it down like whatever you want.
on Sway in the Morning.
Royce put out a song called Feel Negro, which I don't know what happened that day, man. When you woke up with something on your mind, but I just felt like this soliloquy was something that could be spoken in college lecture halls, if you will. And so I wanted to ask you about the direction and inspiration behind some of the lyrics you wrote, if you don't mind. Verse 1, you ain't been getting this money all your life, or you forgot about the roaches and all the mice out here living an alcoholic rapper artist life. What happened to artist life? Who was that? Is that you? Is that every rapper? Is that
That's us.
That's us, right? That's all of us.
Yes.
All of your kids in charter school and you starting to do everything in private. Maybe that's from all the charter flights. I didn't do that right. Make sure you whatever you're doing is not in the dark. You know what? You know this shit is bound to come out eventually underneath all the lights. That's all of us. Shit happened to you.
Yes.
We saw it.
Because people always think I'm pointing the finger at somebody when they hear me, because I'm a battle rapper, I guess. So they think I'm shooting at somebody. Bro, it's us.
It's us.
It's in our fabric.
Yes.
It's in our fabric.
Royce been through some controversies. You know, he's writing about himself. He was in them headlines and them, all them.
Yeah, I'm just speaking about what it is, man. It's what it is. It's like it's very easy to lose yourself
in this game.
Business.
A lot of folks would argue to me and say hip hop is the downfall of our community. I don't agree with that. The music business impacted us a certain way. Hip hop helped us elevate. What are your thoughts?
It can be.
Okay.
It can be if we don't maintain balance. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So there's truth to that, but a lot of it is finger pointing. A lot of it is finger pointing based off not understanding us and not giving us the credit of leadership. So if somebody puts a mic and if somebody's favorite artist gets a mic put in their face and they get asked the tough questions and they don't want to answer them, or they don't know, or they're like, nah, I don't know nothing about that. I'm just focusing on this. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like that's bad. That's bad for us. So we need balance. We need balance, and we need more artists to be tapped into what's going on and ready to speak. and say how they feel. It's not all negativity over here. This is us telling our stories in a way that's unapologetic, and that could be good for us. That can be good for us as long as everything is not just negative across the board. I had to learn that just through my journeys.
Yeah. You know, we've been losing a lot of these young artists to drug overdose, you know, and, you know, the so-called emo era. We've seen a lot of that being perpetuated in the music. But, you know, we know that that's come before these guys were even born. People were doing that. And Eminem himself, you know, got popular talking about pills I never even heard of at one point. You know, have y'all ever addressed that as friends? You know, like, you know, the messaging and how that messaging might have contributed to some of the messaging we're hearing today?
Have we ever talked about that in person?
Yeah.
Like just talked about it?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember talking to him about that. I know the first time we ever really talked about it was when I decided to get sober. He was one of the first people that I called, and we just talked about me. And he said something to me that I felt I use this whenever I'm talking to somebody that either wants to get sober or something like that. He said, "Listen, you're at your strongest right now. Like the fact that you're willing to admit that you're powerless over alcohol." He was like, most people would consider it weak, like a breakdown. Like, oh man, I don't know what to do. I'm weak now. But you're actually strong. You're strong today. You know what I mean? And it's in the mind, because as soon as he told me that, I felt strong. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt strong.
What advice would you give, you coming sober, to a lot of these younger kids that are trying to figure it out? I saw Trippie Redd go online and say, man, we're not doing no more drugs. You know, we'll smoke weed, but, you know, we're not doing no more drugs. That helps, you know, because he has influence over a whole generation of kids. So to hear Trippie Redd say that shit, like, oh, wow, I salute him for that.
Yeah, I salute him too. It's like somebody like Trippie Redd, it's like you got to always remember, you have to take care of you. Take care of you first. If you don't take care of you, you won't be in a position to take care of anybody else. So it's self-preservation to a degree. And then that energy has to go back into the community first. Us first. Let's take care of us, and then we can deal with the rest of the world.
Royce,
because we already behind the 8 ball in every way.
You've also been vocal, not only on this song, but also in songs like Dumb in the past, about like the award shows and how, you know, the validity of them is not exactly what people think they are. You know, there's so much politics that goes on behind the scenes. You even went as far as to say like all the gay ass awards and fuck all them gay ass awards in the verse. So, I mean, do you feel like a lot of it, because some might argue that like when you do get awards that it pumps up you as an artist, and you can ask for more money and things like that when you do guest features, so it helps. But if everything is structured in a way that only certain people win, like you were talking about Jay-Z not winning, Kendrick not getting album of the year, so just what are your thoughts as far as expanding on that whole like the industry of the award shows?
Yeah, I think it's agenda driven, and I think it's cool. It's cool because we love to be recognized for our efforts. You know, we just got to be careful not to be seeking validation. You know, that's dangerous, man. I don't think people take into consideration how mental we are as artists. Like, we're in our heads very easy. You know what I mean? So, you can't look to the Grammys for validation when there's an agenda there, when there's a motive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to be cool. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be cool. You got to be cool. It can't be about that. It can't be just, oh, I didn't win the Grammy, so I failed. I did something wrong.
Right. Did that click easily for you? Or did, after some time, you realize, wait, this heaviness I'm feeling is coming because I'm looking at these outside sources for validation?
Yeah, everything came with time. Everything came just trial and error, just dealing with stuff and trying to always understand what I'm looking at. Right. You know, perception is everything.
Come on.
Yeah.
I did it my way without all the complaining and all the whining all day like Kanye and Wale for the validation of all the bloggers and all the same. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this was, when's that written? That was written back, how long ago was that? Because Wale and them were out there. Yeah, they was out there.
It was a little while ago.
That was a little while ago. This is a very powerful song, you know, Field Negro. What made you write this?
I was just feeling like that. It's just how I was feeling. I mean, I think that's where all art should come from. Just how do you feel? You know, like sometimes we go to the boardroom so much, and we're having conversations with people about, you need this kind of record, you need that kind of record, you need this kind of record. Do you have this yet? Do you have that yet? We forget we lose the ability to ask ourselves,
yeah,
how do you feel? What do you want to talk about? What kind of music do you want to make?
Mm-hmm.
What message do you want to convey? Because it's all relative. It's all relative.
And it has to feel good for the artist first.
Yes.
Like
I mean,
that catharsis is necessary.
You are afforded a platform, right? It's a platform. So there's a however many people they're coming and they want to hear what you got to say. You know what I mean? Like Ice Cube, Ice-T, you know, like NWA, all of these guys, Tupac, like they put their lives on the line. They put everything on the line to flex their muscle, to flex their First Amendment right for freedom of speech. So you can say whatever it is you want to say. Nobody's trying to censor anybody now.
Yeah.
True.
What do you have to say?
What you gonna do with it?
To say?
Damn,
you don't have nothing to say?
Wow.
Is there a version, an antithesis of this, like a house Negro that you would put out as far as, and I'm not making a joke, but just like, you know, you're describing one type of mindset with field Negro, but if you did a house Negro, would that be like more political, or what would that encompass?
I mean, that's you know, that would seem like that would be more of like a shot, you know what I mean? Like
oh yeah, like Willie D.
Cool.
Willie D already did that. D.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm more of a general. I'm generalizing. You know?
Yeah. I see what he's saying.
I
see what he's saying.
You know what I
we
mean?
are living inside the same hell, and we all living to die to go to the same heaven. But we are lyrically not on the same level. I'm scribbling my killings down and sending them out like chain letters. I'm not here for the crown nor Torey Lanez cheddar. I'm here for respect, or else I'm willing to take off the belt and whoop a young nigga's ass with it like James Evans.
Ooh.
Shit, them lyrics so dope I can't even read them motherfuckers, man. I'm like, what the hell? Royce to 5'9", ladies and gentlemen. Royce, I appreciate you coming in, man.
Thank you for having me, man.